All right, welcome to 26th District Court. Court is in session. This is cause number 2020 CR 7855, State of Texas versus Tony Alderete, or Alderete, I should say. We're here today for a plea. We're conducting this hearing via video conference using the Zoom application. We're also using YouTube to live stream the proceedings to keep the hearing public. The time now is 10:17 a.m. on the 13th day of July 2020. These proceedings are official. They're on the record and they're being recorded by the official court reporter. Counsel and all present are instructed to act as though you're in court, and all are instructed not to record the proceedings. And if I could have the attorneys make appearances, starting with the state of Texas, please.
Travis Banks of the state of Texas.
Sean Serene for Tony Alderete.
Sir, are you the same Tony Alderete, charged by indictment with assault of a peace officer? Is that you, sir?
Yes.
And state, are we proceeding as charged?
No, Your Honor, we'll be proceeding as on a lesser included attempted assault bodily injury.
As a Class B misdemeanor?
That's correct, Your Honor.
All right, I'll note that we tried to do this plea by Zoom back on June 30th of 2021. We were having a lot of technical difficulties. So we reset it for today, but all the paperwork more or less is signed for June 30th. That'll account for why we have disparate dates, meaning we have dates for that day, June 30th, and then today as well as July 13th. All right, Mr. Alderete, I'm going to use a function of Zoom called share screen. I'm going to show you a document. It's called the indictment. And are you familiar with this document, sir?
Yes.
Did you go over this with your attorney?
Yes, I did.
Did you understand it?
Yes, I do.
Counsel, do we waive reading of the indictment?
We do, Your Honor.
I'm going to get out of share screen. I'll note that there is a discovery acknowledgement that's been signed and dated by both sides. I'm doing the same, and I make it a part of the record. All right, we're going to go back into share screen again, Mr. Alderete. I'm going to show you a document. All right, let's see. I've got a lot of documents up, but I think, there we go. Is that it? It's not the one we want. Give me just a second. Try it again. Try this one. All right, should be a document up there for you, sir. It's called the defendant's consent to plea by video conference. Do you see that in front of you, sir?
Yes, I do.
All right. And I'm scrolling down to an electronic signature. I'm using my cursor to circle around. Is this your signature, sir?
It is.
By signing this document, you're telling me two things. One is you understand normally we do pleas live in an open court, but that you are consenting to do this plea by video conference. Did you understand that when you signed this?
I did.
Furthermore, your electronic signature here, as well as all of your other electronic signatures in the plea docket or the plea packet in front of me today, you're telling me that those are valid as if you personally signed them. Did you understand that when you signed this?
I did.
I approve the consent. I make it a part of the record. And then we're going to go into share screen to show you a document. Give me just a second. Okay, good. You should see in front of you the court's admonishments. Do you see that?
Yes, I do.
All right. I'm going to scroll through. This is several pages and ask you, are you familiar with this document?
I am.
Did you go over this with your attorney?
I did.
Did you understand it?
I did.
On the bottom of page 3 is an electronic signature. Is this yours?
Yes, it is.
I'm going to get out of share screen. By signing the court's admonishments, you are telling me that you understand the court's admonishments, that you understand the rights are contained within it. Is that true?
That's true, sir.
And that you want to give up those rights. Is that true?
That's true.
And the rights you're giving up is the right to a trial by jury. You have a right to confront the witnesses against you. You also have the right to remain silent, which includes the right not to incriminate yourself and not plead today. Did you understand that when you signed this?
I did.
By signing this, you're also telling me you understand the consequences of a plea and the sentencing range for the lesser included offense of attempted bodily injury which is a Class B misdemeanor, which is anywhere up to 180 days in the Bexar County Jail and up to a $2,000 fine. Did you understand that when you signed this?
I did.
Well, I mean, it's all in one email. It's like 16 pages.
All right, let's have our mics off if you're not part of the proceedings, people. I approve the waivers contained within the court's admonishments. I make them a part of the record. So we're going to go back to share screen again. This time I'm going to show you the plea bargain in this case and ask you, are you familiar with this document?
I am.
Did you go over this with your attorney?
I did.
Did you understand it?
Yes, I did.
There's an electronic signature to the left. I'm using my cursor, circle around. There's another one to the right. I'm using my cursor, circle around. Are these your two signatures?
They are.
This document details for me your agreement with the state as far as punishment is concerned, and I'll let you know if I'm going to follow this prior to the entry of your plea. Punishment will be assessed with 77 days in the Bexar County Jail with a $1,000 fine. There is no application for community supervision or deferred adjudication. One of your signatures, the one on the left, waives your appeal outside of the agreement, but the recommendations are that I find that this is judgment satisfied. The time and the money will run concurrent as well. Of course, you'll get credit for time served. Is that your understanding of the plea agreement, sir?
It is.
Counsel, is that your understanding as well?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm going to get out of share screen. Sir, I'm not bound by a plea bargain. I do not have to follow this. Do you understand that?
Yes, I do.
If I do follow a plea bargain, then you lose your right to appeal. Do you understand that?
I do.
And that's true unless I grant you permission to appeal or unless certain motions are filed and ruled upon. Do you understand that?
Yes, I do.
I couldn't hear you.
Yes, I do, sir.
Counsel, any such rulings in this case?
No, Your Honor.
If I do not follow the plea bargain, then I'll allow you to withdraw the plea and we'll proceed to trials if this hearing never occurred. Do you understand that?
Yes, I do.
I'll note again, one of your signatures on the plea bargain waives your appeal. Are you a citizen of the United States?
I am.
If not, then a plea of guilty, no contest to lesser included offense could have serious adverse effects on your immigration status. And I'll note that you certified on the court's admonishments that you are an American citizen. Counsel, do you believe that your client has a factual, rational understanding of the charge pending against him?
He does, Your Honor.
Do you believe he's been able to assist you in the defense?
He has, Your Honor.
Do you believe he's mentally competent to waive rights and enter a plea here today?
I believe he is, Your Honor. Yes.
Sir, to the lesser included offense of assault, bodily injury, Class B misdemeanor, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
You understand you can still be found guilty under a no contest plea,
Yes, I do.
other than the plea bargain. Did anyone promise you anything in exchange for your plea today?
No.
Anyone force you or coerce you to plead today?
No.
After going over this case with your attorney, do you believe that pleading here today is in your best interest?
Yes, I do.
Does the state have anything to offer to support the plea?
Yes, Your Honor. State offers State's Exhibit 1 and its attachments.
No objections, Your Honor.
It's admitted. I reviewed State's Exhibit 1 and attachments prior to getting on the record and find that it is sufficient to support the plea. Sir, I find that your plea was freely, intelligently, and voluntarily made, that there was sufficient evidence to support the plea, and that you're mentally competent to enter into such a plea, and I find you guilty, sir. Counsel, is there any legal reason as to why your client cannot be sentenced today?
No, Your Honor.
No legal reason. In accordance with the agreement with the state, sir, I sentence you to 77 days in the Bexar County Jail and give you credit for time served. There is a $1,000 fine. The time and the money will run concurrent. And this is judgment satisfied as well. Is there anything else from either side in regards to the plea or to the sentencing?
Nothing from the state.
Nothing from defense, Your Honor. Thank you.
Sir, there's a plea bargain case. I followed the plea bargain, so you do not have the court's permission to appeal. You do not have the right to appeal. I'm also noting you waived your appeal in the plea bargain agreement. I'm making a certification of this for the record. I'll provide a copy of the certification to your attorney to provide to you. If there's nothing else from either side, then this matter is now concluded. We are in recess. Good luck to you, sir. I'm turning off YouTube Live.